I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we have a story about LL Cool J reflects on the cannabis beef. He says that I think it was more my fault. Can LL Cool J says he was wrong for beefing with cannabis. Wow, okay. LL Cool J has admitted that his beef with cannabis was his own fault. He reflected on the feuds during a recent interview of $1 million worth of game podcasts. Despite their beef reaching its height back in the 90s, the two only made amends in 2014. Oh my goodness. With him, I think it was my fault because I could have addressed him a little different. Yeah, I would say LL Cool J said of cannabis, he he wanted to get a tattoo like mine. I could, okay, is that what he said? Okay, that's interesting. He wanted to get a tattoo like mine. I could have said good luck with that, but I didn't understand the path at that time. I wasn't there yet mentally, so I was like, the F you mean you gonna get something like me? That stuff sounded crazy to me at the time, okay? From here, from there, he explained that he was too young for his brain to be fully developed. He continued, "My brain was not developed." How old was LL Cool J? "I was not developed like that. Now I understand." He said, "Now I understand." It was a compliment. Cannabis was just showing love and admiration. That's why I didn't go at him now. I don't go at him now or try to hurt these dudes. I'm not gonna play that. Okay, Cool J and Cannabis began feuding in the 90s, trading a few diss tracks and subliminal shots. It started with the release of the LL Cool J song 4321, on which Cannabis is featured. Cannabis had initially wanted to rap, "Is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that." Referencing LL Cool J's tattoo. But the rapper LL Cool J took offense, as he should. LL then added this to his verse: "This symbol on my arm is off limits to challengers. You hold the Russell sword, I swing the Excalibur." They eventually squashed the beef on the stage at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for Christmas in Brooklyn event. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a classic episode on a segment on the very, very iconic all time. Everyone has seen it. The beef DVDs, the beef DVDs. There was the Redman and Method Man were featured on in that segment, and they were both saying that no one else took it like that. Only LL Cool J took it like Cannabis was. I don't know if I guess he took it like Cannabis was trying to diss him, because Cannabis said that he wanted to borrow the mic on LL Cool J's arm. LL Cool J told him that he had to change that verse, right? That Cannabis had to change that part of this song and get that off LL Cool J song, and then LL Cool J added, things like that the mic on his arm was off limits to challengers. He said you don't want to borrow that. You said you don't want to borrow that. You want to idolize, and you don't want to make me mad. You want to socialize. And he's specifically talking to Cannabis on the same track as Cannabis. So, I mean, very few times in the history of hip hop have we seen a beef, right, on a specific track, right? So when LL Cool J says you don't want to borrow that, he's specifically talking to Cannabis. Obviously, word gets out, like, who is LL Cool J talking about when he says, you don't want to borrow that? Who is you referencing? And then word gets out that LL Cool J told Cannabis he had to change a verse on LL Cool J's song, and LL Cool J ended up dissing Cannabis on the same song. And then Cannabis dropped something, and then LL Cool J dropped the second round knockout, that was probably, that was the end, right? That was the end of the beef between those two. Very, very great song. Interesting episode in the history of hip hop, but definitely go and check out. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. The the beef series. I don't know if it was Beef 1 or Beef 2 or maybe even Beef 3. It was one of the segments on the beef series DVDs, all time iconic DVDs. Everyone, we've all seen it. But go and reference this with the LL Cool J and Canibus beef. LL Cool J finally admitting in 2023 that he was wrong for the Canibus beef. He says that I think it was more my fault. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.